the last few months. How many of you, when you're at home, have been recycling? Anyone recycling? Good. Good. We've got some hands raised. Well, for the rest of you that haven't really been recycling, and for those of you that have, we're going to talk about recycling tonight. Hopefully you'll get into recycling a little bit more. Every day we throw away a lot of things that can be recycled. So I want you all to remember that when you're going to throw something in the trash, let's think about whether or not it can be reduced, reused, or recycled. Remember the 3 R's that we've talked about? Recycling is easy. It saves our environment. We can recycle really easily with some simple habits, and it can really be a lot of fun if you're doing it with your friends. So first we're going to talk about the simple changes that you can make. First we need to reduce our trash, and on the website ehow.com they have a whole bunch of recycling information on there. You won't have to remember that website because I've typed them all out, and I'm going to give each one of you one to take home tonight so you can look it up on the website for yourself. But on eHow they talk about the EPA, which is the Environmental Protection Agency, the agency that's trying to protect our land and our air. And on there they talk about reducing your trash. The average family of 4, which is like your mom, your dad, you, and maybe a brother or sister or a cousin, we throw away 2,000 pounds of trash every year. And so I put on here, if you'll look, 2,000 pounds is about as much as a car weighs. That's a lot of trash that we're throwing away every year. So we need to think of ways that we can use that trash again. And a lot of items can be reused. We're going to talk about plastic and aluminum and newspaper, things that you use every day that you can reuse. One of the things is plastic bottles. When you buy a bottle of water at the grocery store, you can just go right home and keep refilling that bottle over and over and keep reusing it. Or buy one from the grocery store, from Walmart, and just keep using it all the time instead of buying a new bottle each time, because we waste a lot of plastic like that. And another plastic thing is plastic silverware. If you use plastic silverware, you can keep using that over and over. Put it in the dishwasher, wash it by hand, and then eventually put it into your plastic recycling. With aluminum, like your aluminum cans, these are just as easy to toss into the recycling bin as it is to toss it into the trash can. So just get into the habit of putting it into the recycling bin. Another item that can be reused is paper. You can see up here there's some Christmas presents that have been wrapped with newspaper, and that's what we're going to do tonight, is to use these newspapers that I've saved so that we can wrap our presents that we made for our parents. You can also take these papers down to the paper trailer that we've worked at before. You can also recycle glass. Glass is something that can be completely melted down and made into something totally new. So it's great to save your glass and put it into a recycling bin that is specially for glass. So we know that we can reduce and we can reuse, but we can also recycle even things such as food. If you save your orange peels, your banana peels, maybe some leftover salad you had for supper, you can keep all of that and make a compost for your garden or for your flowers to feed your garden. So even food can be recycled. So not only can we reduce, reuse, and recycle, but we need to know that recycling is really good for our environment. From 1960, which is a long time ago, before I was born at least, until 2007, which was just a couple of years ago, the EPA said that we used to waste about 2.7 pounds of trash, and now we waste almost 5 pounds of trash each day, each one of us. If you think about 5 pounds, that's like going down to the bowling alley when you get your bowling ball and they're about 6 pounds. Those are pretty heavy, and we throw away that much trash every single day. So we really need to think about the things that we're throwing away. So newspaper, the eHow says that the EPA is telling them we waste so much newspaper that they can make a pile from the floor to the ceiling, and that stack could make a wall all the way from this side of the United States to that side of the United States. That's how much paper we waste every year. So let's make sure that we're remembering some of the ways that we can reuse all of these items. I got all of these bags and some of the bins down here. You can do these at the Rooks County landfill. The landfill director, Rich Boucher, which is Tori Boucher's dad, he has challenged each of you to change one behavior every month. If you're just at least throwing each of your cans in the recycling bin every month, that's a change that everyone can make. So Rich said every step that you can take to prevent trash from going to our landfill will improve our local quality of land, air, and water. So I want you guys to remember that. By reducing, reusing, and recycling, and by just simply putting your trash where it belongs, we can really help just our local land, air, and water. Okay, so I also want you to remember that recycling is easy and fun. How many of you girls work down at the paper trailer with us? Do you remember working at the paper trailer? That was only one Saturday. It's only one Saturday a month, and it's only for 2 hours. That's not a lot of time to dedicate to trying to help our community by recycling some of these paper items. So try and go down there and volunteer to be able to do that again, because that's something really easy. And then also, Girl Scouts, if you'll remember, our motto is to leave a place cleaner than when you got there. So next time you're picking up trash that you find on the floor, think to yourself, is it something that can be reused or put into a recycling bin, or make sure that it gets into the proper trash bin, okay? So one other thing that I wanted you to know, if you look on the websites that I left on that piece of paper for you, there is a man called Roderick Brimby, and he is the Secretary of Kansas Department of Health and Environment right now. He's the one that said that the state belongs to all of us. Kansas, don't spoil it. So let's remember that next time that we're trying to recycle some of the items that we found at our house, okay? So tonight we're going to take these newspapers and we're going to get the items that you made for your parents last time, and we're going to wrap them up so you can give them away for Christmas presents, okay?